Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. Apologies guys on this, but there's been a lot of technical issues that have been going on with this. But unfortunately, yeah, guys, I don't even know where to begin with this. But as always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear. And as you can see from the icon that's up on the screen, there's some very nice track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they're currently supporting a lot more food banks basically than they should be. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the club shop, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So again, apologies guys, there's loads of issues going on with the computer as much. I can't get access to the comments, but I will read them out. I can see them. But yeah, there's loads of stuff. The computer wanted to do an update earlier today, and as a result of it, it's just screwed absolutely everything up, unfortunately. So please do bear with me as much as you can, and I'm losing stuff all over the bloody place. I want to try and get that down, that 3 retro bit down, but I can't find it in the list of stuff. Everything's just going absolutely bonkers at the moment. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? Unfortunately. So guys, let's crack on with it. Let's start off by talking about the team sheets. Let me just put that graphic up for you, just to show where we are. So for Wolves, they had both teams went for 3-4-3, which, as you guys know, I absolutely hate both watching two teams going with the same formation. It's boring as hell. But for the lineups, let's talk about it. As Johnson in goal for Wolves, with a back three of Bueno, Agbodu and Mosquera. And then you had another Bueno, Andre, Bellegrade and Gomez in the midfield, supporting Lopez, Arias and Huang Li Hee-chan up front. On the bench for Wolves was Bentley, Chirera, Doherty, Joel Gomez, Kalisic, Munese, Malifin Wolf, Strand Larsen and Toshuva. For West Ham, it looks like 5 changes if I got my maths right. Areola coming in for Hermansen, Aguerd and Todibo. Then there Mavropanos coming in for Kilman, Diouf and Walker Peters. Walker Peters coming in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Souček and Rodriguez again, unfortunately, with Paquetá and Bowen up front. And then on the bench, as we can see, there's Hermansen, Kilman, Wilson, Fulkrug, Scarles, Potts, Irvin, Marshall and Orford. So to be honest with you guys, I'm very glad that we didn't do this live. But there's a few comments coming in, which is about the end of the game. But I will talk about the comments. So please bear with us for the 8 people that are watching. If you can make sense of anything that's going on at the moment, guys, then please do give this video a like if you are enjoying what we're going to be talking about. I mean, obviously we're not going to be enjoying the actual stuff itself, but at the same point, guys, I'll try and do as best as I can. So yeah, so let's crack on with it. At the start of the game, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, I understand everybody's issue. Absolutely understand everybody's issue with Rodriguez being in there and Potts not being in there again. To be honest with you, everybody's anger at it was justified towards the end of the first half, which we will talk about in a second. But from what I was able to see, because I'd literally got in from work just as kickoff was about to happen, hence not doing the watch long that I normally would do. But at the same point, guys, I just wanted to make sure. What was going on, so I kept you guys up to speed as much as possible. Really, for the first 15-20 minutes, not really there's much going on from Wolves at either side, from Wolves or from our guys. Let us know your thoughts on in the live chat for those 7 people that are watching as we go through it. This isn't going to last very long, unfortunately, because there isn't a huge amount to be chirpy about. Jay Spencer says poor team selection, poor in-game management. Absolutely agree with you on that, mate. 25 minutes in, first shot at goal from either side really came from Thomas Souček. Excellent try from him. Really was good. Really enjoyed. Love the facts, and obviously that was obviously a precursor to a degree. Bowen again had a decent shot a couple of minutes after that as well, for that matter. Rodriguez commits a foul on the 41st minute, which gives, and quite rightly so, a penalty is awarded. Now the penalty itself was bounced off the penalty was missed, but hits the I can never pronounce his name properly. Chan, I think you pronounce that, or Huang, because I can never remember which way around it's supposed to be pronounced. Hits the post, goes straight to Rodrigo Gomez, and bam. You could argue to a degree that Areola could be doing better there. And we're certainly going to be arguing that fact again in a couple of minutes as well, for that matter. But at the same point, guys, yeah, we're 1-0 down. The penalty that should not have happened from a player that should not really have been on the pitch, to be honest with you. But that is what it is. Paquetá had a very good chance a minute or so later, but headed it just wide. And then 2 minutes were added on to the end of the first half, and not much was doing after that as a result of it. So we go in 1-0 down. Nothing unusual there. Half time comes around. No changes from either manager, either for that, and as a result of it, that was what it is. And then literally a couple of 4 or 5 minutes after the restart, Thomas Souček with a great ball from Kyle Walker-Peters, who I thought had a fantastic game, to be honest with you. I really think he did. Great ball over to find Tommy Souček, and bam, is a header back in the net, and it's 1-1, and it's game on. Unfortunately, as a result of that, Wolves up their tempo a little bit. And bam, there we go. However, 13 minutes later, Bowen running down the right-hand side, great cross into the box, finds Paquetá with a Trevor Brooking FA Cup final 1980-esque header. Bam, and we're 2-1 up. And it's just like, yes, okay, maybe we have a shot at this. Maybe we can do something with it. Maybe we can... maybe we can have a bit of solace in this game. All right, granted, we've fair play. We've conceded 9 goals so far up until that point, but at the same point, guys, it's just as I say, Wolves absolutely up their game with this. They really did, and as a result of it, 70 minutes on the clock. Aguerd comes off and Kilman comes on, and as a result of us being 2-1 up, we do the standard David Moyes, Julian Lopetegui, Graham Potter, Sam Allardyce, you name it, we do the same thing, sitting deeper and deeper, inviting the pressure, and then in the space of literally 2 minutes, we go from 2-1 up to 3-2 down. Honestly, such a fuck up by Areola to on the 82nd minute with a bad he basically kicks the ball straight to the substitute on the 73rd minute, Strand Larsen, coming on for Lopez, and bam, straight to him. Great finish from him, to be fair, and it's 2-2. I was like, oh fucking hell, here we go. And as a result, once again, boom, 2 minutes later, point blank header from the same boy, straight in there, wallop. And then 86th minute comes on. Todibo Rodriguez comes off for Wilson and Fulkrug. Too late, in my opinion. Guys, what do you think about that substitution on that? Way too late, in my opinion. It's got to be instruction. It has to be instruction. Yeah, because we're literally looking at substitutions from all 3 different managers over the last two seasons, all making substitutions at the same time. Way too late. It has to be instruction that these guys are coming on at certain times. It absolutely genuinely has to. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how we can be this so fucked up. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. And I say with 3-2, with 6 minutes of added time, just as Paquetá puts the ball well over the bar, and then on the Strand Larsen is inches away from a hat trick on the 91st minute, and as a result, nothing else is really happening, and therefore, bam, we're down. We're out of the competition, which in a way, given what's happened this last week or so, isn't such a bad thing. I don't care about that at the moment. The way that I would rather us be in that, we would throw the cup and concentrate on the league than we sit here as it stands at the moment. And it's honestly, it's ridiculous. But at the same point, West Ham is West Ham, and even Tony Gale on the co-commentary was just saying, it doesn't matter, it's West Ham are doing what West Ham are doing. But the problem is, after the game, after the full-time whistle, because Helen's put a comment in there. Let me just bring it back up again. Sorry, Jonathan, I should say, the Geordie Jonathan. Hello, mate. Good to see you. I said, hi, JP. What has Bowen done with the fans at the end of the game? Actually, if you look at the information, it's the other way round. Bowen goes over to clap the fans, to thank you for coming, but basically, by the looks of it. And as a result of it, bam, words were said, and Bowen loses his temper. So it's actually the other way round. And I get it, right? We have conceded 11 goals in 3 games. You're going to get shit from the fans. You're absolutely going to get shit from the fans, which unfortunately proves that Bowen isn't a strong enough captain. But at the same point, we have no idea what was said to him in any shape or form, so we can't actually criticise him for it. West Ham bros asking, saying Bowen fighting with the fans isn't good. It isn't good, but he's not fighting. He's arguing. There's a difference. You've got to understand the English, basic English. English Yardy says Sullivan and Brady out. I absolutely agree, 100% with it. Good evening, Russ. I can't put all the comments up at the moment, mate. There's loads of technical issues going on at the minute, but thanks for popping in, and thank you to everybody, by the way, who've given me your support with the video that went up yesterday. I say video, it's all audio really, but because it's, as you guys know, I've been unwell for a long time, so thank you very much to everybody that's supporting. I am actually moving next week, so I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. I mean, I'll try and do the Notts Forest away game again. It'd be audio because I'll be moving. There'll be bags everywhere, but I'm moving next week. But as I say, guys, as irritating as it is, and questions over the substitutions, questions over the tactics and the starting 11, of course. As I say, I mean, with the exception of Rodriguez not coming in for Potts once again. Sorry, Potts not coming in for, you know what I mean. I am just as angry as you guys. And Jonathan, mate, JP, would Bowen ask to leave West Ham? I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. But, he's that your captain can't do that. The only time the captain would do that, as it was with Scotty Parker, was when we got relegated originally. So, Russ says, good luck with the move, mate. Thank you. It's literally just up the road. It's literally up the road. But yeah, that's a conversation for another time. But guys, as I say, I know everybody's angry, myself included. I am angry at the performance. I was expecting to see a lot less players out there of a first team caliber, shall we say. But at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. I'd rather we be out of the League Cup so we can focus on the Premier League, because at the end of the day, guys, that's what the club is looking to do. I just, like the rest of you out there, and I'm sure Russ, as the Arsenal supporter, is probably thinking the same thing, if you did indeed watch the game, mate, was not in that manner, not in that manner. Taking control of the. Jonathan says, hoping you're feeling better, JP. I am, in comparison to how I was at the beginning of July, mate. For those that don't know, I had gallstones going into the pancreas at the start of the month, at the start of July, causing pancreatitis. It's not been fun. It's settling down. I'm still having, for anybody that listened to the video I did yesterday, I am getting sweat fits every now and again, which isn't great, but it is what it is. I can't control it, unfortunately, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. But anyway, let's go back to the game. As I say, I know everybody is feeling very angry at the stands at the moment because of the capitulation yet again. You can argue that there was a capitulation against Sunderland. Because at the end of the day, we were holding them at a 0-0, then all of a sudden we just capitulated and 3 goals were scored in, what was it, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was. But at the same point, this on the back of the Chelsea result is worrying signs for everybody. You know, it genuinely is worrying signs for everybody, not just the fan base. Roman Jimenez is asking, welcome mate, by the way, I really wonder what happened between Potter and Alvarez. Surely he is better than our current defending options. 100%, he certainly is. The problem is that it's probably because the money was too good to get his wages off the books for a season. That's the problem. I genuinely think that's the main. That can be the only logical reason to get a defensive midfielder. Bearing in mind this new boy that we're bringing in from Monaco, that was a fee was agreed today. He can play. He can play as a defensive midfielder as well as a midfielder, and he actually can play as a centre back as well. So that's a really, really good sign. I'm doing some research about the kid as it stands at the moment. He's supposed to be doing his medical tomorrow, so I'm going to try and do a video quickly to explain who he is. I mean, I have no idea who this Manganza guy is, or however you pronounce it. But at the same point, that's the reason why Alvarez went. Unfortunately, by the looks of it, was we could bring that kid in, which there's a very good chance that this time next year Alvarez is not going to be here. But nevertheless, we need defensive cover. This kid's 21 years old, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with it. But guys, I'm not going to waffle on for too long. I'm waffling as it is. You know, we've been live for 20 minutes as it is, and I'm not really saying all that much over the 45. But as I say, guys, it is very, very worrying times ahead of West Ham. As I say, because we could not beat the team in the league that is what is slightly worse than, well, slightly better or slightly worse, depending on your point of view, than we are. That's the worrying signs. That is. I know there's a lot of talk from the fan base saying that Potter's got one game after the, you know, if you can't get anything out of the Forest game, he's going to get rid of. I wouldn't do that myself. I genuinely wouldn't get rid of Potter if we can't get a result against Forest, because who the fuck is going to be able to sort this out? Nobody is going to sort this out, because the main problem, as I stipulated in the catch-up video I did yesterday, is David Sullivan. While David Sullivan is here, it's going to be rinse and repeat. Every single fucking manager. We had it under Allardyce. We had it under Pellegrini. We had it under Moyes both times. We're having it now under Potter and Lopetegui. Boom. You know, it's fucking shit. So make West Ham great again. Hello, guys. To save our season, Lopetegui in. I mean, the commentators at half during the second half made a very, very good point, saying that, you know, Potter came in January and seemed to sort all our defensive frailties out. So if Potter can't do that anymore, then who's to blame for that? Is it the manager or is it the players? Same players, pretty much the same defenders. I'm blaming the players. I'm sorry, guys, and it's not the cliche that is batted around by everybody at football in the football media and stuff. But guys, same players, different defensive frailties coming up now and getting worse and worse. Same manager, same players. It has to be the players, because they are not getting motivated by Potter. So Potter isn't the main reason. The players aren't stepping up, and we brought in a sports psychologist, for fuck's sake, and apparently he's that guy's shit at his job as well, for that matter. And Russ, I know you're saying it with a bit of tongue in cheek in here, mate, saying chin up, a lot of football still to play. Yes, there is, but mate, come on, we have conceded 11 goals in 3 games. It's not anything to have the chin up about. Roman Jimenez says Kilman not half the player he was last season. Kilman was shit last season, and he's shit now. You know, even Dave Walker on the West Ham Way podcast is saying he's over complimenting him by calling him a consistently average player. With the exception of that run that he set up Bowen at the Palace away, Kilman has been rooted to the spot way more times than he should be as a defender. He's not good enough. Tadebo's not good enough. You know, that's clear. I mean, that's slightly because of his physical condition. That's slightly different. But at the same point, guys, our defence is shit. We've got no midfield and we can hardly attack. There's nothing to have our chins up about. Make West Ham great again, says Kilman is a disaster. Agreed, 100%. I mean, you're basically echoing what I just said. But yeah, agreed, 100%. He is a disaster. He is not the player that we thought we were getting. You know, and at the end of the day, guys, things have to change. Things have to change. I don't think Areola has claimed his spot for Sunday at all. But then again, I don't think Hermansen has claimed his spot for Sunday either. Personally, if it was down to me and I had David Sullivan 0, I'll tell him to fuck both goalkeepers off. Make West Ham great again, says Mavropanos is the best of a bad bunch. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah, you know, he had a dodgy spell there, guys. He really did. You know, his Tony Gale was calling out his positioning was all wrong for what was the build up to the penalty. You know, it was just, honestly, it's ridiculous. But guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll wrap it up here. I'm not here. I'm not going to be sitting here ranting for half an hour. You know, I don't want to do that. You guys know that's not me and what I like to do. I try and look at the best of everything, but we don't have anything good to talk about at the moment. So I'm glad from one point of view there's been a 7-week gap. And but guys, there's 12 of you watching, only 2 likes. Come on, you can do better than that, because at the end of the day you're staying around for quite a fair bit, so click that like button. Thank you very much for listening to me, guys. Apologies for the ranting for so long, but it is what it is. And as a result of it, guys, you will hear from me, I should say. You'll hear from me when you hear from me. I won't be able to do a preview for the Forest game. I won't have time with packing and everything. But guys, in the meantime, try and enjoy the rest of your week. I know it's Wednesday tomorrow, so we haven't got that much longer. I'll try and do this again for the Forest watch along, but obviously because it's on the Sunday, it's in my time and not working time. But guys, have a fantastic end to your week, and I hope to see you again really, really soon, and hope to see you on Sunday so we can have a full-time conversation about it properly. All the best now. Take care.